Hi, this is Majin Oni, and I got a stack of books I'm going to do reviews on today. I'm going to go kind of quickly with these things because there's so many of them. We're going to start off with Secret Avengers number, 24. Now, this, from my understanding, was supposed to be out last week, but there was shipping problems, so I finally got to read it this week. Now, I really like the art style. It kind of fits for this type of story. It's really working for me for right now, and I love the action that's going on here. You have the Secret Avengers on this robotic cyborg type world, and I guess there's a new form of mutant type person that's has started, and the villains need this person to generate the ultimate weapon, blah 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 blah. But anyways, regardless of all that other nonsense, I think the action is really good. You have some nice dialogue between Hank and Hawkeye, where Hawkeye's like, apologizing, and, Hank's like, don't worry about it, you're just overcompensating, for the fact that you're not an A-list character type thing. So that part was kind of good. The Ant-Man thing was resolved at the very end, and I'm really curious to see what... It's kind of like, you teased me and I need more. So I now really need to see the next issue. But overall, I really enjoyed this. AVX number 1. I guess you can say this is your basic standard setup issue, where you have, the danger of Phoenix coming. You have the Avengers saving the day at the beginning, and then you have the confrontation between the Avengers and the X-Men. Now, overall, I thought, it was a decent start, but it's not giving me the warm and fuzzy feeling that I want that's going to make me really go into it. Now, the one thing I will say about it is the way they have the Cyclops' portrayal as a character is really good, because Cyclops has turned into basically a number one asshole, and this is carrying over straight into this issue. And I'm really curious to see if the future writers of the X-Men are going to carry that over, because he definitely has gone through some character changes, and he's not quite the same old Cyclops that I used to remember, which is a good thing. Overall, I just thought it was okay. I want action, and it looks like the next issue is where we're going to get the action, and I'm really looking forward to that. Avengers Academy, this is a piece of shit. I'm sorry to say it, but this is just the biggest piece of turd that I've ever seen in my life. I guess you can say, because this book has really been underperforming, it's really showing in that Marvel doesn't really care. They care, but they don't care. Because they're putting this really crap-style artwork. The writing is subpar. It's they have the Avengers Academy and then the Runaways, and apparently Hank and Tigra don't approve of the Runaways being out of school and without supervision, and they're trying to get them under the Avengers' reign of superheroism, and the Runaways are giving them the finger, and they have a big kumbaya moment, so this way everybody understands their feelings, and it's just a big nonsense. And I'm really, I really do believe in the Avengers Academy, but this book is so bad that it makes me want to drop it. I mean, that's the thing I don't understand. When you have, your title is on the verge of cancellation, why are you teaming them up with the Runaways? It's the biggest useless piece of crap ever. Now, I understand that they're hoping that maybe fans of the Runaways are going to join up on the Avengers, but, hey, Mr. Marvel editor up there, Runaways were canceled. They're canceled for a reason. It's called lack of, I don't know, readers. So why are you trying to team up a crap title that didn't sell well with another crap title that's not selling well? Oh, what, do you think it's now going to become a top 10 book? Let me give you a clue. Team it up with the Avengers. They're prime. Maybe then people might care a little bit more about it. But this is crap. Utter crap. Okay, Stormwatch number 8. The Search for Apollo, a negative energy universe type thing. I like the art. The story ended really abruptly, which part of me can understand in the sense because you have this super powerful enemy that they really can't stop. So they basically figure out a way to do it in such a way where it leaves a plot open for a future writer to take over. You have an interesting dialogue between Jenny and the Midnighter. Midnighter doesn't appreciate that she has the power to destroy the universe because she wants to, and he tries to leave her behind, but she jacked him up. She teleported back, and he thinks that she's dead. Truth of the matter, she's not, and she's basically going to jack with him later on. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what she does. Even the fact that if she doesn't do anything to him, the threat that she has already done something is good enough. So I'm really enjoying this one. Age of Apocalypse number 2 was really good, but I have a disclaimer on this. I think the art really suits the storytelling. I love what they're doing with the human resistance side of things, but the biggest disappointment to me in this whole issue was bringing back all the dead. Meaning, you have Cyclops, Colossus, Banshee, all those Storm, all those people at the end, Havok, Polaris. I'm like, why did you have to do that? Because now what you've done was, you just proved that this book, you felt that could not stand on its own without the X-Men, is what you've just told me. And because of that, now I'm slightly losing faith within this whole book itself. There's a part of me now that just kind of wants to just drop it. I just don't care about it. But I'm still finding it's a little bit interesting. But I think what I'm going to do is this is going to be on a watch, I think. I'll read it for a little bit and see how things goes. But at the first sign of trouble, I'm going to cancel it. Daredevil 10.1, it's unnecessary. Some people will say it's a great story, and it's a decent story, but to call this a 10.1, it's unnecessary. And I should probably say this, they do resolve the end part with the hard drive. And I thought that the way they resolved it was simple, but yet cheap, because you're expecting something big to happen, a big battle, and you don't get it. So it was really anticlimactic. To me, it almost looked like Wade just kind of went, you know what, this is a storyline I don't really want to do any longer, so let's stop it and resolve it in 3 pages, and that way we can move on. So that part was really disappointing, and the rest of this, most of this was just unnecessary. Ultimate Spider-Man number 9, overall, I don't know. I'm not feeling the love I used to feel for it any longer. I don't know what it is about it. The fact that they're copying Archangel right there, or the fact that I just don't care any longer because it's the way they're doing things. It's like instead of creating a brand new villain, you have to give us a brand new Scorpion. How about just give us a brand new villain? But anyways, basically they're setting up the stage where he's going to have to team up with his uncle in some way, shape, or form, which eventually he's going to have to turn his uncle in. So that's made no surprise there. Overall, it's just I think it's dropped down to an average title, but it's still probably, in my opinion, still better than the X-Men. I have a code if you want to use it. Here's the instructions. And here's the code. Alright, next up is Venom number 15. I'm actually surprised I'm on this issue still. This is your basic transition issue where they're setting the stage of like what's to come type thing, and they're closing a lot of the old storylines. You also have somebody running around killing all the other whatever they're called, symbiote creature things. And finally, they do resolve with the Betty Flash romance story. Overall, it's okay. I mean, I don't think it was great. It's just an average title. As expected, what they basically did was they took the one thing that was special about the character, and that, okay, here's Flash Thompson. He doesn't have legs. He can only have the suit on for so long, and eventually he's going to get replaced with somebody else. Okay, we're going to give him the suit 24/7, and that's going to be the character now. I don't know why they set things up like that. I think, for me, part of the thing that makes a character like this more interesting is if you have some sort of limitation on him, or he has to remove the suit. There is the threat of somebody else coming along and taking over, and you've just taken away that one special thing. So, I don't know. I just don't know about this character, about this comic any longer. My guess is the minute Remender is gone, that's when I'm gone for sure. But there's a good chance I might be gone sooner. And finally, Thunderbolts. 172. We're counting down now to the brand new Dark Avenger Thunderbolts. And you have the evil Thunderbolts still rampaging through time. And they finally meet up with the Baron Zemo Thunderbolts. Overall, it was just an okay issue. I think, like, the art in the previous issues, well, it was one of those things that you have to get used to. I think it really fit the issue. It set the comic apart from everything else. And now it pretty much just looks the same as everything else on the shelf. But in fact, the art is, not as good as other things that you would see on the shelf. So that part's a little bit of a disappointment. There are hints of greatness here and there, but as a whole, I don't think it lost a little bit of its magic. And I'm willing to take some of the responsibility in saying that I think that part of it is because I know that what I thought was special about this title is going to be removed, and then they're going to replace it with the Dark Avengers. And I really don't. Initially, I don't know if I like it, but if anything, it's a good stopping point for me. But anyways, that's my review for the titles that came out last week. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down, let me know what you think. I still have a couple more books to read. I did read Batwing just recently, and that was really good. And I still have to actually read Swamp Thing and Animal Man. But anyways, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down, let me know what you think. And I'll have more reviews out later, so until next time.